So you want to get into flipping cars. Let's get right into it. So the most important thing is you want to have a clean starting point, right? Most of your money's made when you buy the car. Like as cheap as you can get the car, that's gonna be your best friend. I've been doing this for a little bit and I had some capital saved up. I'd try to buy a car as cheap as you can get, $1,000-2,000 if it's worth 3 to 6 fixed up good. The purchasing price is very important. Number one, you need a good purchase price. Two, it needs to be, it shouldn't have a bunch of hail damage, body damage, panels ripped off of it, unless you're a body guy or girl. Then that's your wheelhouse and you can probably fix it for cheaper. You don't want to, basically you don't want a bunch of defects on the exterior of the car because that's just going to throw off your buyer, right? When you go look at the car, you need to make sure it's mechanically good apart from the thing that's broken, which is why you're purchasing it for so cheap, right? Those are the biggest things I look out for. Number one being you make your money going into the deal, i.e. the purchase price. Make sure it's not full of trash, no hail damage, you know, because the more money you spend, the less you're gonna make when you sell it. Like the last one I got, I took a loss because the car just kept breaking while I had it, and there's like big problems, like radiator blew out and then things you just can't control. You gotta be mindful of that. If you can get parts cheaper, like I work at a dealership as a tech, so labor and parts are free. Well, they're not free, labor's free. Parts I get at cost plus 10%. So I make some of my money there. That's one of the things you gotta look out. If you're just some guy and you're gonna take it to a shop, I don't know if this is a good idea for you to be flipping cars if you can't, you know, get a cut on labor or parts or both. Don't spend a bunch of time on Marketplace asking a bunch of questions. What I've learned is you just gotta ask like 1 or 2 questions and then set up time to go look for it, because from what I've learned, the car's gonna be gone fast if it's a good deal. So you just gotta go see it. So those are the main things you need to look out for. All that said, let's get into it. So this is what I selected here. 2016 Cherokee, really pretty clean. Key fob's dead, so I have to take the blade out. But inside it's not bad. It's just kind of grimy. I wouldn't get anything with a bunch of nastiness on the headliner, the seats torn to bits or absolutely destroyed inside. This just needs a good cleaning. Other than that, let's get it in the shop. Let's see if she starts. Hell yeah. That 118,000. So I'm about to pull this thing in the shop and you'll see why it was purchased for $4,000. It's because the rear end's exploding. I'm gonna go pull in the shop and see if I can hear this rear end making a whole bunch of racket. Bad noises. Anyway, I'll show you guys that in a minute. It's raining outside and our roof leaks in several places. I'm sure Ferrari of Denver has a similar feature. So remember when we pull in the shop, you heard that horrible racket pulling it in? That's the pinion falling out of the diff. So it's getting a diff. We got the diff out here. This is the problem. The pinion is falling out of the diff. All right, it's snowing a lot right now, and we're gonna go for a little road test with our new diff. A, make sure your noise is fixed, and B, make sure there's nothing else wrong. Like it's snowing right now, I can't get up too much speed, make sure there's no like wheel bearing noise or the transmission's not shifting or just stuff like that. After your road test here, bring it back in the shop and scan it, and hopefully it's fine. So after you have everything fixed up, get the car shined up, look as good as it can be. Hopefully you've kept track of all your receipts, right? You got to figure out how much you've spent on the car. So this particular vehicle, I spent $4,000 on the car, broken. I paid $4,000 for it to get it registered and a temp tag so I could drive it. It was $184. I found a used set of tires from a guy I work with. You just gotta, wheel and deal. What was wrong with the car, as you saw, the differential blew up. That was $2,000. Windshield was all busted up. That was $230. I do like courtesy things, like I put a full tank of gas in it just now when I'm ready to sell it. And then you total everything up, I'm in it for essentially $6,600. And these things go for between like 9 and 11 grand. So I'm pretty confident about this deal. I think I can make my money back on the last one I sold and lost money on. I lost $1,600 on that one. You just gotta be careful, watch what you're spending. You make your money going in. The purchase price is super important. The car I lost money on, last flip, I paid too much for. That one needed an engine, and then it just kind of snowballed after that, things I couldn't control. So you make your money going in. That being said, I hope that helped you out, and we'll see you next time.